My name is Lulu Barrera, and I am your second host this first day of the Global Symposium on Technology Facilitated Gender-Based Violence. I am a feminist activist. I've been active over the last decade working against online and technology facilitated gender-based violence in Mexico. And I am really pleased to see how much ourselves being active in the field have shaped the current trends, alternatives, and discussions around the field, which is constantly evolving. And this symposium is really showing us how we can keep it up and keep responding to these pressing issues. I hope you enjoyed the break. We are looking forward to another round of insightful sessions now. And before we jump into session 3, I am delighted to welcome Anan Bouapha to this symposium. Anan is a global renowned human rights activist and the founder of Proud to Be Us in Lao PDR, the first LGBTQI rights organization in the country. The Guardian has listed Anan as one of the top 9 world LGBT change heroes, and recognizing that he has devoted more than 10 years to breaking down cultural and legal barriers to build a more inclusive society in Laos. His work has started with HIV/AIDS prevention, and he has since then transformed into a wider advocacy platform that works to protect sexual and gender diversity in national development and public health policy. Welcome, Anan. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. Greeting from Paris. So it's almost the nighttime here, but I feel so energetic to be attending here. So I will be. I have prepared my note, and I will go through that for 5 minutes. If you can bear with me. So, Excellencies, colleagues, partners, and friends, Sabai, and thank you for the opportunity to speak at this symposium on technology facilitated gender-based violence, TFGBV. In Laos, a small-scale study led by UNFPA and the University of Laos found that TFGBV is pervasive and prevalent like many countries in the world, but there were unique ways it manifested in our country. We learned that social media was being used to lure and recruit young women into sex trafficking across the border, where we could no longer reach them. We also learned that harmful traditional practices such as bride kidnapping are undergoing digital transformation. Simple technologies are now being repurposed with mobile phones used to photograph and claim young girls as brides. And of course, as in many countries in the world, the LGBTI community face a heightened risk of TFGBV. This is why over the past 3 years, my organization, Proud to Be Us Lao, has worked with the UNFPA Laos to not only to focus on messages, it has focused on visibility, voice, and dignity, because prevention and response start when society is willing to see the problem, name it, and stand with the survivors. We chose a tool that speaks directly to the community's art, because art can reach where formal speeches cannot. Art can say what people are afraid to say out loud. Art can make hidden violence visible without exposing survivors. And art can invite people to reflect without making them feel attacked. First, we use theater, community-based, youth-led, and emotionally honest, through scripted stories inspired by real experiences of the TFGBV. We created safe ways to talk about online harassment, blackmail, coercion, and the pressure many girls and young women face to stay silent. Theater allows audiences to recognize patterns, the jokes that escalate, the controlling messages that look like love, the threat that come after rejection, the screenshot shared to humiliate. In many performances, the most powerful moment came after the play ended. When the discussion began, people asked, is this happening to our children? What should we do if this happens to someone we know? Where can survivors go? Second, and what you will soon see here, we use fashion shows with storytelling not as entertainment, but as advocacy. For the 16 days of activism against GBV, each model walked down the runway with message and narrative, whether it was testimony of resilience, a call for respect and insistence on consent, or a demand for safety online and offline. At this TFGBV fashion show, we maintain a strong focus on inclusion, bringing visibility to organizations of people, persons with disability, and to LGBTI communities who frequently face layered forms of violence and discrimination, including online. We made a deliberate choice to ensure that those who are too often invisible were seen. The clothes themselves were thoughtfully designed to represent the issues, the struggles, and the hopes around technology and online spaces. Many pieces were created by models, turning life experience into messages of resilience. The large traditional costumes were made by a transgender artist, celebrating culture while affirming identity and dignity. In particular, for LGBT people, online spaces can provide community, but also expose them to targeted hate, outing, and threats. And I'm very proud to say that we have the government ministries sitting next to the young people, an organization of people living with disabilities, then standing up and applauding our LGBTI models for shining a light on TFGBV through fashion. I was honored to MC this event. Yeah. The first time a person from LGBT community stood in front of ministers to claim our rights to safety and dignity. So big thanks to UNFPA Lao team for the opportunity. Let me close with this. Art has helped us open our eyes. It has helped communities feel the reality behind the screen. It has given survivors and marginalized groups a safer way to be heard without being harmed again. Over the past 3 years, theater and fashion storytelling have not been one-time events in Lao PDR, but a sustained strategy to shift attitudes, influence decision makers, grow empathy, and build public support for stronger action against GBV, including TFGBV. Now, our task is to match that visibility with systems that protect so that when survivors speak, the answer is not silence, blame, or just endure. The answer must be, we believe you, we will protect you, and you're not alone. Thank you very much. ขอบใจหลายๆ
I never thought a message on my phone could make me afraid to be myself, but it did. I posted a simple photo, and suddenly, people I don't know decided they own my body. They wrote things I can't forget, things that still hurt when the screen is off. Sometimes it's not loud. It's the constant whispers, the endless messages from strangers, the feeling that no matter what I do, someone is watching me. I blocked them. They made new accounts. I stayed silent because I thought that was safer. My account was stolen. My name was used to trick people I love. And suddenly I was the one apologizing for something someone else did to me. I've been judged for the clothes I wear, for the love I show, for the way I speak. Online, people forget I am a real person. A moment of pure joy I shared was twisted and turned into a source of shame. I was judged, whispered about, and blamed, as if the pain that appeared on my screen was somehow my fault. Sometimes the cruelty isn't online. It's in the way people talk about you afterward. Someone stole my photo, changed it, twisted it, and sent it around as if it was real. Seeing something that looks like you, but isn't you at all, it breaks your world. Now, I don't know who I really am. They told me, you must be strong. But even men can break. Even men can feel small when their dignity is attacked behind a screen. They told me, it's just the internet. But it wasn't. It followed me to school, to my room, into my dreams. I stopped smiling for a while. I'm learning how to smile again. Where I come from, we don't talk much about these things. But silence, it only protects the ones who hurt us. Tonight I will speak. The worst part isn't what they said. How long it stayed with me. How it made me doubt myself. How it made me dim my own light. But
today, we walk with our heads high. Not because we were never hurt, but because we haven't done anything bad. We walk for the ones who delete their photos out of fear. For the ones who stay silent at night, staring at their phone. For the ones who wonder if it's their fault. Tonight, we walk to reclaim our voices, our stories, our dignity, our space, online and offline.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anan. Thank you for reminding us about the important role of play, joy, and happiness in the strategies we enact to respond against TFGBV. I strongly believe that community awareness and community responses are part of the systemic approach to change how we react and how we respond against TFGBV. And you said, we believe you, we stand with you, and we have seen it in the video that you just shared. Working together to reclaim our dignity with pride and smiles. Thank you very much.